Are you ready?
When you stop and think about it, it's a little shocking to realize just how much impact Disney has over the world's youngest generations, aiming animated films squarely at kids when they're at their most impressionable. But there's no reason to worry, right? Disney movies tell stories in which the heroes beat the villains, good triumphs over evil, people accept their differences, and live happily ever after. But those aren't always the lessons being taught. And when you take a closer look, you have to wonder if we're sending our kids the best possible messages. That's exactly what we're doing in our latest docu video, why kids should never watch Disney movies.
I can open your eyes.
Don't listen to your parents. When you're a kid, your parents are responsible for most of the worst parts of life. Eating vegetables, getting grounded, and basically telling you what not to do. So is it any coincidence that most Disney movies begin the same way, with boring, angry, or just worrying parents insisting the heroes not go on an adventure and just stay home away from excitement? Kids soon learn that if they want real adventure, new friends, or the life they truly deserve, it all starts by completely ignoring your parents' advice and rules. It's actually staggering when you realize how many Disney movies rely on this same twist, assuming the hero has any parents left alive. Sure, going places your parents say are dangerous, getting friendly with people they see as villains, or actively putting yourself in danger all works out in a Disney movie, but not in the real world. In the real world, getting kidnapped like Nemo, cursed like the Little Mermaid, or heading to the one place your king father told you not to, like Simba, is a lesson you shouldn't have to learn. It gets weirder when you realize how boys and girls are treated differently by Disney. While Disney princesses deal with overbearing parents, Jasmine, Brave, The Little Mermaid, and Frozen, the decision to ignore their advice usually leads to tragedy, leaving them in need of being rescued. For the boys, like Nemo, Prince Philip in The Little Mermaid, Simba, and Tarzan, disobeying parents leads to adventure. It may be a rough one, but it makes them the heroes they were meant to be, and you can't save the day or the girl unless you ruin everything first. Assume the best of absolutely everyone. Teaching kids that listening to your legal guardians means nothing but a boring life is bad enough. But what about the strangers, criminals, or villains they might encounter along the way? Disney has more solid advice. No matter how evil, deceitful, or dangerous a person might appear, always assume they're your friend. Parents and teenagers might educate kids on stranger danger, but Disney does the opposite. An old woman offers you food, it's rude not to eat it. Your father's older, clearly evil and creepy friend getting a little too close? An insult or two is all you need. Your uncle clearly wants you and your father dead and doesn't even hide it anymore? Laugh it off. And if all your dreams are promised to come true by a witch or wizard who might as well be wearing a t-shirt that says "Don't trust me," magic is magic. Also, it's unfair to assume people will succumb to their old habits or worst qualities when given the perfect opportunity to let them loose. Making the villains look evil from the start may clue kids in on the story, but when they enter the world thinking every person who wants to hurt, trick, or take advantage of them will literally look completely evil, how can you expect them not to get fooled? All love is true love, if you're beautiful. It's what makes sure good wins over evil, breaking curses and turning even the hardest of hearts pure again. True love. Or in Disney movies, basically anytime two beautiful people meet, especially if one needs to be rescued by the end of the story. You could argue that Disney is bound to draw people who are nice to look at, since nobody would ever want to see even the most heroic and good-hearted characters find love if they're truly ugly. Sorry, Quasimodo. But honestly, Disney's classics don't even bother letting their princes and princesses get to know each other, before assuming that when two gorgeous people meet, that instant attraction and longing to spend more time together in private, that's as true as love gets. Honestly, you don't even have to be awake for it. Thankfully, modern writers and directors realized how messed up this idea really was. Movies like Tangled and The Princess and the Frog saw true love grow from immediate hate. But still, even the Frog Prince or the Beast are revealed to be incredibly handsome, and therefore deserving of that love at the end. The abusive insults was all just emotional armor. Frozen even played on this classic Disney trope, since Anna falls in love with the first man she meets, and it was all part of his evil plan. Thankfully, she does fall in love by the end of the movie, meaning this is about as ugly a man as a Disney princess is allowed to fall for, and only when the alternative is literally trying to murder you. It's good to be different. Eventually. It's impossible to count how many Disney movies begin the same way, with a hero or heroine who is a little bit different, getting them teased until they reach their true potential, and show that being different is what makes them special. A great message, until you realize that Disney is basically claiming that our differences should be, could be, or simply are ridiculed, no matter the difference. Sure, everyone gets along in the end, but only after the person with the deformity, the less than desirable role as the bad guy, or just a free spirit, proves that they are actually exceptional and their problem is really a gift. But what if it isn't? For starters, we would argue that Disney movies showing young characters who aren't being tormented or ostracized by parents or friends for their differences would probably be a better message for kids to receive. Frozen was the biggest movie from Disney in years, and it told kids that even if they're literally magical witches or wizards, they should probably hide that, because everyone will be terrified of you showing what makes you special. And yes, the movie ends with Elsa's powers accepted and the sisters reconnecting, but only after they were almost murdered, and everyone agreed to be cool with ice powers if they got winter in July. What if the villain's plan didn't require Elsa to be killed, and just let her be run out of the kingdom? And what if Dumbo's giant ears didn't allow him to fly? Would nobody have actually gotten past it? If only Quasimodo's hunchback granted wishes? In the end, it might be the biggest lesson Disney movies teach to kids. The things that make you different will cause most people to hate you, but only until they see it's what makes you special, like actually special, like have a superpower. Otherwise, well, we hope you got gargoyles. So what do you think? Are the lessons taught by Disney more complicated or more messed up than they usually claim? Are there any other prime examples we're missing? There's no right answer, but it's hard to ignore that the kind of adult messages or tone Disney is tackling require closer attention than they're being given. Let us know what you think, and remember to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.